Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking the incredibly brilliant, kind of sprawling wisdom of Alibaba founder Jack Ma. If you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by the endless sea of career advice out there, well, you're definitely in the right place. We're going to take Ma's deeply insightful reflections and transform them into a highly structured, super actionable playbook for your success. Plus, we'll make sense of his incredible success paradox along the way. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Jack Ma firmly believes that absolutely everyone has great stories. I mean, we all make mistakes and we all face problems, right? But here is the harsh reality of it. Very few people actually want to hear about your struggles until after you've crossed the finish line. When you're just starting out, your failure is treated like garbage. But if you succeed, suddenly every single one of those messy mistakes becomes legendary. To make sure you can really apply this to your own journey, we've organized Ma's wide-ranging wisdom into a focused, chronological roadmap. We'll be hitting 1. The value of failure, 2. Cultivating your own luck, 3. Surviving the technology revolution, 4. The power of culture, and finally, 5. Your blueprint for life. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the value of failure. Ma's core philosophy basically flips the traditional view of failure entirely on its head. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that Ma argues you can predict if someone's going to be successful just by watching how they handle failing. On one hand, you have people who fail and immediately point fingers, blaming the market or their bad circumstances. Ma says this person has absolutely no chance. But then you have the person who says, look, it's my fault. I didn't do this properly and I need to change. Taking that intense personal accountability, that is the only true path to uncovering opportunity. Ma himself actually admits that when he was young, he used to complain a lot. He looked at guys like Bill Gates or Larry Ellison or giant companies like IBM and thought, well, they took all the wonderful opportunities in the world, there's literally nothing left for me. But then he realized something huge. When everyone else is complaining that they lack opportunities, that complaining itself is basically a giant neon sign signaling where the real opportunity actually lies. You have to earn the right to be helped. So stay positive, keep learning from your slip-ups, and just tell yourself your opportunity hasn't arrived quite yet. Moving right along to Section 2, cultivating your own luck. Let's see how this resilient attitude actually scales up in the real world to create incredible wealth. Just look at the sheer scale of this number for a second. 60,000. Alibaba started with absolutely zero money, no cutting-edge technology, and zero outside backing. It was literally just 18 people crammed into Jack Ma's apartment deciding they wanted to use the internet to help small businesses. And over the course of 18 years, they exploded from that tiny group in an apartment to nearly 60,000 employees, becoming one of the absolute biggest internet companies on the planet. And yet, you'd think Ma would attribute all this to being exceptionally smart, right? Actually, no. He considers himself incredibly lucky. He jokes that the name Alibaba isn't just about the global appeal of the 1001 Nights folktales, but that the company itself was literally built on 1001 mistakes. They made stupid decisions almost every single day, but they survived simply because they kept learning and trying again.
So how do you continue to be lucky? Well, Ma actually has a very specific formula for sustained luck. Step 1, you have to give your luck away to others. For Alibaba in the 21st century, that means their core purpose is enabling global small businesses, young people, and women rather than just serving themselves. Step 2 is putting that help into action. And Step 3 is just the natural result. By helping others succeed right now, those exact same people will turn around and help you in the future. It's like a snowball effect.
Okay, on to Section 3, surviving the technology revolution. It's definitely time to address the massive anxiety hanging over young professionals today, the rise of AI and machine disruption.
And this brilliantly illustrates the whole debate. We are terrified that machines are going to take our jobs, but look at the fundamental difference here. Machines have memory, calculation, and speed. They are always going to remember more and calculate way faster than you ever could. But humans, we have belief, religion, heart, and wisdom. A machine might be smarter and stronger, for sure, but it can never, ever possess human wisdom.
Because of that, to survive this shift, we absolutely cannot follow yesterday's way of learning. You can't adapt by just trying to memorize harder or calculate faster. Instead, you must lean into this crucial rule of 3. You've got to adapt your learning to be creative, innovative, and constructive. If what you're learning doesn't force you to create or construct something totally new, you're playing a game the computer has already won. Marr makes such a great point here. He notes that worrying endlessly about the future, about AI, about massive global shifts, it basically comes from a fundamental lack of confidence. Stop stressing over what prime ministers and presidents are worrying about. Let Putin worry about the world. As a young person, you need to worry about you. Worry about how you're going to graduate, how you'll make a living, and how you can do something fun that genuinely helps others. Next up, Section 4, the power of culture. Here we get into Ma's advice on global expansion and building professional relationships. You know, Macandanno taught himself English as a kid, but he insists his real asset wasn't the language itself. It was his deep understanding of Western culture. A translation chip in your phone might instantly translate words, but it will never translate respect. You have to appreciate and respect cultural differences, because if you don't respect someone's culture, you can't make friends. And if you don't have friends, you cannot do business. Also, you've got to rely on those friends and partners to cover your weaknesses. Macandanno openly admits he knows very little about technology, so he partners with the absolute best engineers and focuses strictly on what he does best. So, when you are building these businesses and facing really tough times, who do you actually listen to? This table makes it incredibly clear where to draw your confidence from. Customers? Yes, absolutely. If they're happy, you are on the right track. Your team? Yes. If your colleagues are confident, you shouldn't worry. But those outside advisors and lawyers who tell you it's impossible and you have no chance, just ignore them. Nobody is an expert on the future. Most experts are only experts on yesterday. Let's move to and see how this builds into the practical climax of our explainer. Section 5, your blueprint for life. All right, so here is Ma's step-by-step career timeline. In your 20s, do not stress about finding a famous, prestigious company. Seriously, don't. Instead, find a good boss. A good boss is going to train you, discipline you, and teach you how to do things the right way. Then, in your 30s, that's the time to take a risk and try to build something yourself. Hit your 40s, stop experimenting wildly and focus deeply on the things you are already really good at. In your 50s, it's time to pivot and spend your time supporting and enabling the next generation of young people. And finally, in your 60s and beyond, spend time with your grandchildren. If you are just starting out on this timeline, please remember this. Getting a diploma is not the finish line. Honestly, a bachelor's or a PhD is basically just a receipt, proving your parents paid tuition for 4 years. The real exam, the true test of your resilience, starts the exact moment you leave college and step into a world of really tough days, constant mistakes, and continuous learning. So, the crucial point is this final question. The world is changing so rapidly and things are only going to get more difficult and more competitive. You can sit around complaining that others took all the good opportunities, crying over your mistakes, and letting the anxiety of tomorrow completely paralyze you, or you can take accountability, help others to create your own luck, and just start building. So, are you going to worry about the future or are you going to make your own future? The choice is entirely yours. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will see you next time.